On a snowy Christmas Eve in New York, the city sparkled with holiday lights, casting a golden glow over bustling streets. Families wrapped in scarves laughed, children pointed at festive shop windows, and couples strolled hand in hand. A sleek black SUV pulled up near a quiet bus stop, just blocks from the towering Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. David Harper stepped out, his tailored overcoat brushing his suit. He reached back, helping his 5-year-old daughter Lily hop down into the fresh snow. "Stay near me, love," he said, adjusting her green knit cap. Her auburn curls bounced as she nodded, gripping his hand. The city hummed with magic, but David's eyes carried a quiet weight. 3 years had passed since his wife's death, and though he smiled for Lily, the ache lingered. They wandered past glowing storefronts, Lily chattering about reindeer and cookies for Santa. Then she froze, her small voice dropping to a whisper. "Daddy, why's that lady asleep there?" David followed her gaze to a weathered bench under a flickering bus stop sign. A young woman, barely in her 20s, lay curled up, snow dusting her dark hair. Her thin jacket was no match for the cold, and in her arms she clutched a tiny bundle of baby. Wrapped in a tattered blanket, its cheeks pink from the chill, David's chest tightened. He started to guide Lily away strangers' troubles weren't. His to fix, but her tug on his hand stopped him. "Daddy, the baby's cold," she said, her brown eyes wide with worry. He hesitated, the frosty air clouding his breath. Then, wordlessly, he knelt beside Lily, unwinding her soft blue scarf. She watched, silent, as he approached the bench and draped the scarf over the infant, careful not to wake the mother. The baby stirred, tiny fingers twitching. The woman's face was pale, lips faintly blue, her arms tight around her child even in sleep. "Miss," David said softly, touching her shoulder. "You can't stay here. It's too cold." No response. He tried again, urgency creeping into his voice. "Please, wake up." The wind sharpened, carrying faint carols from distant streets. Lily stood watching, her face bright with hope. David's resolve hardened. "You're coming with us," he murmured, more to himself than anyone. Evelyn Brooks jolted awake, panic seizing her. The cold stung, but the sight of a stranger holding her baby, her Ethan, sent her heart racing. "Give him back," she gasped, scrambling up. Her legs wobbled, her threadbare jacket soaked from snow. David stayed calm, his voice steady. "It's freezing. You need shelter." Evelyn's eyes blazed with defiance. "I don't need charity." But Ethan coughed weakly, his lips tinged blue, and David adjusted the Lily's scarf around him. "I'm not offering charity," he said. "I'm offering safety." Evelyn's gaze wavered. She'd learned to trust no one, not after betrayal and abandonment. But the man's eyes held no judgment, only quiet resolve. She whispered, "His name's Ethan." David nodded. "I'm David, my car's close." Reluctantly she followed, her worn shoes crunching in the snow dot in the warm SUV. Evelyn sat in the back, eyes locked on Ethan, now cradled gently by David. Lily peeked over the seat, curious. "What's your baby's name?" she asked. "Ethan," Evelyn replied softly. Lily grinned. "He's so small, like a snowflake." Evelyn's throat tightened, but she turned to the window, hiding the tears threatening to spill. Once Evelyn had dreamed of a different life, studying literature, writing poetry, her words praised by professors. Then came a fleeting romance, a positive test, and a family's rejection. "You chose this," her father had said, voice cold. She'd been on her own since, every day a battle to keep Ethan fed and warm. Now, in this stranger's car, the world felt too quiet, too kind. The elevator opened to David's penthouse, a vision of warmth with hardwood floors and a glittering Christmas tree. Evelyn hesitated, clutching Ethan. Lily ran ahead, flicking on a star-shaped nightlight in a guest room. A crib stood ready, pristine. "You're safe here," David said. "Rest, we'll talk tomorrow." Evelyn nodded, sitting on the bed's edge, still in her coat. She laid Ethan in the crib, her hand on his chest, and for the first time in months, she slept without fear. Morning came, and Evelyn rose early, washing Ethan's blanket in the laundry room and tidying the kitchen after making toast. David found her scrubbing a counter, surprised. "You don't have to do that," he said. She shrugged. I earn my keep. Her voice held no self-pity, only quiet pride. Later, Clara, David's longtime housekeeper, arrived. She noticed the extra dishes and a faint baby powder scent. In his study, she spoke plainly. You don't know her, sir. What if she's trouble? David closed his laptop. She was freezing with a newborn. I'm not turning them away. Unbeknownst to them, Evelyn overheard, her heart sinking. She slipped back to the guest room, packing quietly. Time to go, Ethan, she whispered, bundling him up. Lily's voice stopped her, small arms wrapping around her legs. Don't leave. You and Ethan are our Christmas present. David appeared, his expression soft but firm. You're not a burden, Evelyn. Stay. His voice echoed a memory, his wife's last words. Be kind, David, always. Days passed in warmth and soft light. Evelyn found a box of old art supplies in a sunlit room and began sketching cityscapes. Lily's laughter, Ethan's tiny hands. Lily joined her daily, requesting drawings of cats or herself as a fairy. One evening, Lily handed David a sketch, him and Lily by a festive tree, him tying her mitten, her small hand on his shoulder. The warmth of it struck him. I didn't. No, you saw that? He said. Evelyn smiled faintly. I see what matters. At a winter gala, Evelyn wore a simple navy dress, feeling out of place among the glittering crowd. A sharp-tongued guest cornered her, sneering, from a bus stop. To a ballroom? Quite the story. Evelyn's grip tightened on her untouched drink, but she walked away, stepping into the snow. David followed, draping his coat over her. You don't owe anyone an explanation, he said. She met his gaze, her guarded walls softening. Weeks. Later, in Central Park, Evelyn pushed Ethan's stroller, the city calm around her. A familiar voice cut through, her mother's. You shouldn't be here, she said, eyeing Ethan with disdain. You chose this path. She walked away, leaving Evelyn hollow but unshaken. That night, in the penthouse, Lily showed her a sketch. Evelyn had drawn a cozy house with 4 figures, David, Lily, Evelyn, and Ethan, under a glowing tree. This is us, right? Lily asked. Evelyn's heart swelled. She pulled Lily close, tears falling not from pain but from belonging. One night, Ethan's fever spiked. His tiny body burned, unresponsive. Evelyn's panic rose as she shouted. For David, within minutes, they were speeding to the hospital, Evelyn whispering to Ethan, Stay with me. David drove, his focus unwavering, canceling a critical meeting without hesitation. In the hospital, as nurses tended to Ethan, Evelyn collapsed into a chair, exhausted. David draped his coat over her, whispering, He's safe. He sat by Ethan's crib, holding his tiny hand through the night. When Ethan recovered, Evelyn felt a shift. David's unwavering presence had changed something in her. She spoke of finding work, needing to stand on her own. David didn't argue, but soon took her to a small gallery. The sign read, Brooks Studio. Inside, her sketches lined the walls, her painting of David and Lily glowing under a spotlight. It's yours, he said, a place to share what you see. Overwhelmed, she whispered, Why me? He smiled. Because you see the world differently, and you let me see you. At the gallery's opening, David spoke to the crowd. Evelyn Brooks isn't just an artist. She's a mother, a survivor, and someone who taught me what strength looks like. Applause filled the room, and Evelyn's tears fell not from shame, but from being truly seen. A year later, on Christmas Day, the backyard was a festive haven. Lights twinkled, a fire pit glowed, and a table held paints and paper. Lily had declared they'd paint memories instead of exchanging gifts. David and Evelyn sat together, a blanket over them, Ethan giggling between them with paint-smeared hands. Lily painted a house with 4 figures under a tree. That's us, she said. Evelyn laughed, her heart full. David looked at her, the woman who'd brought light back into his life. Lily's voice broke the quiet. Are we a family now, Daddy? He pulled them all close. Evelyn, Ethan, Lily, always, he said, his voice steady. The snow fell softly, and in that moment 4 broken pieces had become whole, painting a picture of home, love, and healing.